Hello, my friends. Today is the day I am resetting the one worm bin. I wish I had the strength to do both of them, but I did count these worms and filtered through everything. And it took me about, I don't know, an hour and 15, hour and a half of just going through little bits at a time. I wanted to go over just briefly that I started this about 6 months ago with 50 worms. And then 3 months ago, and I was giving it just regular bedding, shredded cardboard. And about 3 months later, I was up to 162 worms. A little bit after that, I was up to 172. I said, I'm not counting them anymore, but I had to before I reset them. And they have been getting shredded leaf mulch. This is the little Drake elm leaves that I've been harvesting. And if you put it through, let me just pull those out. If you pull it through the NutriBullet, it comes out and it just pulverizes it. So it'll just be perfect for a quick feed. I think that will be great as a bedding for them. I was able to harvest this entire can, and I haven't weighed it, but the other ones that I've weighed have been like in the 4-pound range, and I mean this one is to the top, and it feels like every bit. I mean my wrist is going, oh my, that must be 5 pounds, but we'll take it as 4. I'll weigh it. And I was going to clean everything and wash it out, and I was listening to Nana's Worms and Garden, my friend Sandra over in Vancouver Island, and she said don't be, she wasn't cleaning hers out because any of this that's left, it's inoculated. It's already got bacteria, microbes, and everything else in it. So why am I being so terribly clean about all these things? And I don't mean clean, but I mean just stringent about scrubbing it out with Dawn and alcohol and what have you. So we'll put that aside. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to just take a couple toilet loo wrappers, toilet paper rolls, and put it down first. And so the worms have a place to go, and there's air down there and places for them to hide. This is what I took out besides the castings. The castings were really just lovely. But some of this is still some nice leaf mulch. Some of the, there's another worm. Wow. Should we count him and make him an extra guy here? Making it 474. I have a feeling I missed quite a few actually. But I kind of pulled through and tried to take out, see, there's another worm. They're tiny. They're tiny little things. There's another worm. There's probably well over 500 in here, I would think, from just looking at this and going, oh my. Between castings, just unfinished, leaves that I put in whole that haven't quite broken down yet. Also this, remember I put in cotton and I shredded, kind of pulled the cotton apart. Well, it started to break down immediately, but now it's getting to the point where it's like, let me just put this to the, I just wanted to show you what this looks like. It's pulling apart like this. You see the fibers? Let me just get, I hope I can get that, where you can see the fibers are actually pulling apart. It's like cheese. But as I came in here and I was trying to go through every little spot, I was finding 5, 6 little tiny worms on each one. So I will put this back in. It's going to be the main bedding. That's what we're going to start with again. fun experiment. Look, there's another worm. Gee, were there any that I actually counted? There we go. And it's nice and wet. It's nice and moist. I'm not worried about the moisture level here. I'll go back and make sure that because I can see I was, like, there's a worm. Bigger than a wisp, smaller than a breadbasket. See the little. Look at that little yellow tail. Isn't it just amazing that when you see them and they look so doggone tiny, and then you see that little tail going along, you go, hello, red. Okay, go in there, buddy. Lady. All right. And now I'm going to add some of this wonderful fresh. This is, I picked it up this morning. The leaves were clean looking. I didn't really sift through them, but I did look through them. I didn't see any bugs. As I was putting them through my NutriBullet, I didn't see any bugs, so I was happy with that. Okay, and then I'm going to give them some nice fruits. No veggies today, just nice fruits. We eat fruit every day. Keeps us healthy. I figure it'll keep them healthy too. So now I'm guessing I'm up to, the whole experiment was, I mentioned a few times ago, was that I wanted to see if I could get 1,000 worms to survive in here, if it was too small of an area. This was all frozen before, by the way. Let's stick we'll stick something in there. We'll stick something in this side too. Let's see if they go in for it. We'll just stick a little of that. There we go. All right. Eggshell that's been pulverized, and I'm going to just sprinkle that all over. It helps them for digestion, gets into their little gizzard, and now the moment we've all been waiting for. The big reveal. Ooh, look at that. Whoa. Let me see if I can pull you closer. Whoa. These guys are going, what the heck just happened? Weren't we just 400 and some worms moving in all sorts of directions? Hello, little buddies. With little yellow tails. All right, so back to business here. There we go, back to business. And I'm going to take the rest of this and just put it on top of them. There we go. And like I said, it's really, I love the feel of this. I mean, it feels really, really rich. And I can see that I've got more on the lid here. But boy, what a nice surprise, huh? To think that in 6 months you could get about 4 pounds of worms, and you could use that in your garden. You know, you're somebody who has an apartment and you've got your balcony plants or your house plants, and you think, gee, how could I do that? How would I be able to do that? Or how could I do it inexpensively? I think I've got everybody off the boat. and I'm just going to give them a little bit of a extra liquid. I think they probably would be fine without. I'm going to stick this one leaf on top just to remind myself what the bedding is, although I'm sure I will know it. And this is a coffee filter that I'm going to give that a little bit of liquid. And I think we're going to call that pretty much a done deal. I will go and search out anybody who's still making their way, and we're going to call that a day. I hope everybody else is having a great time with their worm bins, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. This is just a traditional little shoebox, you know, hand width, wide, and almost 2 hands. I think it was 14 inches by something like 8 inches. So it should house close to 1,000 worms, but I have to be honest, you know, so many of them were like little tiny things that I wouldn't even think to count them, but I did. And if they were moving, they were counted. And so hopefully they'll continue to get bigger. By the way, I didn't actually count the cocoons. I started trying to count both, and I think after I got to about 20 cocoons, then I just gave up the count. And I know I had several more than that, but there were quite a few of the bigger worms with mature clitellum, and so I knew that they were producing. So anyway, that was it. I hope everybody has a great day. Come back and see me again, because you know I will be here. Bye-bye.